Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your JAYFLIGHT 24 RBS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to take into consideration is your awning on your campsite. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. And then of course on your off campsite, your slide. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. And then leave yourself a nice walking path here. And I want you to think about where your water and power connections are going to be. Your power is at the rear of the unit on your driver's side, almost to the very end. And your power connection is on the rear of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. I do recommend once you slide in, measure your unit there, find the middle and put a sticky level on there. Have someone keep an eye on that while you raise or lower this unit. Also has a night docking light and a manual override here. Hand crank for that manual overrides there so you can get this up and down if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose. Alright, once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. And all four corners of your unit, you have these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank. Simply crank to the right to bring these ones down. They're tight at the top all the time. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. I just recommend that when you get to the bottom, you slow down. I recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect your feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Keep it from sinking into the ground, and it better distributes the weight. You're going to run these down just until they're taut. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. Crank them down just until you have some resistance on this handle. Once you get all four of them down, you got our unit level, stable, and we can hook up our power and water. Rear of your unit, 30 amp cord stores inside. Simply pull it out, plug it into 30 amp. Should you need to plug in at home, there's a 30 to 110 adapter that comes with your convenience pack. Traveling, simply tuck that back in here. Close that up. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. In the rear of your unit, your city water connection. Open that up. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting water into your city water or your black tank flush. Hook that up, hook your hose up, but don't turn it on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Coming over here on your campsite next to your outdoor grill is your water heater. All we're doing at this point is making sure our drain plug's back in there. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's on there tight, then you can go ahead and turn your hose on. Go inside and open up your water tap. Once the water's coming out of there, nothing's gonna be hot yet, but once the water's coming out of there, you know your tank is full and you can go ahead and turn on your water heater from indoors. So let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry docking. Come over here to your off campsite to your potable water tank. Fill that up with a hose, no need for a water pressure regulator. Two ways to tell when it's full. There is a overflow valve there, or on the inside where you check your tanks, hold your freshwater button down and that'll tell when this is full. Just remember, when using potable water is when you're going to want to use your water pump. Freshwater pump, don't turn that on when using city water, that's already pressurized. Alright, we're all hooked up with water and power. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit and show you a few other things. Your pass-through storage here. Stabilizing jack. This is a flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace, steer clear of that. Again, your fresh water. And the low point drains for that. Come back here behind your slide. Again, your power. Cable hookup. Black and gray tanks that we'll dump here when leaving the campsite. Spare tire with a cover. You have an outdoor shower. City water connect. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. If you have a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams of your roof. Caulk as needed. Furion backup camera. It's prepped for one. You can purchase one from our store. Device that sets on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Your outdoor grill. Simply pull this out. Up underneath here. Right there is your quick connect for that. And there's a quick connect there. There's also another one if you bring your own grill. Your sink, one of those two white drains over there, one of them is for the sink. There's your hose for that. Again, your hot water heater. Cable and satellite hookup, 110, and a holder for a television. There's your vent for your microwave. Your pass-through storage with your hitch work on it. Your propane does have a cover. Propane's on a regulator. So point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. And there's your battery post again. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. So inside the unit, first thing I like to point out, coming immediately inside your entry doorway to the left is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows where that's located in case of an emergency. Just ahead of that on the floor is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned this 12-volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, nothing plugged in charging your battery, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. A 110 here, and immediately to the left up here is your control panel. So here's where you check all the levels of everything, your battery, your fresh water tank. That's what I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Water heater if using gas, and water heater if using electric. Choose the right one. Here's your awning in and out. I'm going to run that out for you real quick. Here's your slide in and out. We'll run that back in when leaving. This up. Get to see your awning run out. A little windy today, so I'm going to get it out and run it right back in. So as you see, the bottom is white and the top is gray. So as soon as that white flap falls down and you're at 90 degrees, you can see your black bar, you know you're out far enough. Speakers are in the end of your awning, which is great. A couple reasons: one less hole inside of your unit, and it points down toward your campsite so you can hear your music, not everybody in the other campsites. As I finish running that back in, we'll start walking around the unit here. Self-explanatory microwave. There's a light and fan for your stove top here. This glass top, as you fold it back, makes an excellent backsplash. You have a panel light. When you turn this to light, it goes from blue to red. Hit your spark and there's your flames. Same thing on the oven. Turn this to light. Hit your spark down here. No need for a pilot light anymore, but you do also have a light down here. Below your stove is your breaker box for your fuses, or box for your breakers and fuses. Looks like you got a ton of 15s there, a couple of 40s. Highly recommend having those with you when you go camping. your Nordic fridge. Up top, we turn it on. So whatever's white is what you're controlling. So here's the freezer, here's the fridge. I like to keep the freezer at 5. If we wanted to lower it, we could do to 4. Fridge is at 3. That's good. This is a night mode. Tells the fridge I'm not opening and closing you anymore as much. So save me some power, and it does so. In the living room here, before going back to the bunk area, is your furnace and AC. Running out battery right now, so that's not going to kick on. Change your temperatures over here. Before I talk about your TV, over here where your cable goes in, this little green light button. Before running your digital channel scan, make sure that button's turned in. It's a digital channel enhancer, allows you to pick up more channels. Turn your television on. TV won't run off battery. Sound system will. See if we can pick up a channel here. So whatever's blue is on. Shut off indoors. Turn it on outdoors. AM, FM, Bluetooth. Here's where you go through everything at. Nice system. All your remotes for that are in here. Touch it for mute, hold it in to shut off. Of course, you know your table will fold down. Set it on these lips right here. Put your back cushions on there to make a bed. This will jackknife to a bed. Simply lift up the front and lay it down. Lift up the front, pull toward the back at the same time to get it back. Come back into your bedroom. Your lighting for that is here. USB and 110 port. Also prep for a TV back here. Same clamp you can get to go on this. That is a template in case you ever decide to get this wired for solar. Underneath your storage, access to your pass-through storage. There's your smoke alarm. Come back in the bathroom. Main thing I want to mention back here. This is where your 110 with GFCI reset is at. And maintain your plumbing. Just like you would at home. Keep an eye on this. More so in here because you're bouncing a house down the road. In the bathroom you have a hand crank open exhaust fan. And that about covers everything on the inside. So let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite. First and foremost, make sure all your doors and drawers and your television's tucked away over there. Nothing to impede this slide from coming in. I like to start by shutting off my lights. Once I shut off my lights, I can see all the individual lighting that I need to go through and shut off. Everything isn't hooked up to one button. A lot of this is what they call the one-touch lighting. So once I've shut off all my lights, I'll turn my interior back on and hit slide in. See the importance of having those doors closed down there? You don't want to rip them off because you're bringing your slide in. Before I bring that the rest of the way in, see, I did leave this light and this top open. You get in the habit of what you know you need to check for. I look around and watch the slide as it comes in. And just that quickly we're in. Shut off our lights. Finish running the rest of your awning in. Exiting the unit. Opening and closing these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this will catch on it. Grab your door, lift it up, you can use the handle, Set that in, lock your door or your steps. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Fold your handle over. Does that by lifting up and turning over. First thing I do, unhook cable and water. Once your water is unhooked, you come up here, open up your pressure release valve. That's gonna let all the water out of your hot water heater. Drop that down and then pull your drain plug. Again, be careful that it's hot water. Of course, unhook any griddle. We're hooked up for City Connect. Come right here and open up those 2 low point drains. If we are hooked up to dry camping, come and dump those 2 low point drains. Bring up your stabilizing jacks, hook up your hitch, head up to the dump station. Now park accordingly at the dump station. Your dump is going to be all the way at the rear, just above where your power was. 10-foot hose. Once you're parked, take this hose, hook it up, run the other end into the dump, and pull your black holding tank. It's going to be a black handle there. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, leave that black handle open. Come back here to your tank flush valve. Open that up, again with your water pressure regulator. Hook that up and hook up the hose at the dump station. Turn that on for a good 5 minutes. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Shut off that hose, unhook it. Come back here, close your black handle, and pull your gray handle. That's gonna be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's gonna clean your hose out for you. Come here to your bumper, squeeze and pull, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose in the bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.